Hello, you all. Welcome to this new edition of Lectio Musical, a place for great lyrics, great music, and great meaning. My name is Guylain Prince. I'm a Franciscan friar from Canada, and I love rock music for a long time now, especially hard rock, metal, and prog. And in this special series called Introducing Lil Yak, I go through their history in videos with their music, with their song, both covers and originals. This is the third episode introducing Lil Yak. We saw first the early covers. Secondly, we saw the early originals, all taken from the first EP they made of 6 songs. This week, I have a treat for you. Let me tell you something. I loved playing hard rock, not much metal, but listening to metal in the 80s. I loved it. I was a drummer at the time. I was from a progressive mindset. Loved, I would say, hard rock that had a little bit more to say than I Love You, Baby, and everything. And I loved the great composers of heavy metal that we had at the time as well. So this being said, 2 years ago, a friend of mine told me, he said, I watched a band of teenagers. This is how he said it. A band of teenagers. He said, they are playing like crazy. He said, they are so good. And he said, not only they play live, they play great live, but their recording, and this is what he told me, he's a professional musician. He said, their covers are as good as the original, and sometimes, he said, they are better. I thought he was exaggerating a little bit. I say, well, you know. And he said, okay, go and watch Rainbow in the Dark of Lil Yak. So, I go and watch the original video of Rainbow in the Dark. And I didn't know what to think. Because I know how we can work things in the studio, you know, to make everything sound good. I think 1 month after or something like that, I saw a new video coming out on the internet by them. It was Lil Yak playing Rainbow in the Dark live in a show in the United States called World's Best. This is what we will look. I want you to live what I lived a little bit more than 2 years ago when I fell in love with Lil Yak. So let's first dig into their original videos, and one of their original video. And I remind you, everything is homemade in their videos. Papa Lil Yak is the one taking the camera to film everything, and the editing is done by the oldest. The branding is done by another one, and so on. Merchandise are sent everywhere by Mama Lil Yak, and it's a family project. Let's see how I was introduced to Lil Yak 2 years ago. 1, 2, 3. Famous Dio song, by the way. Then I stop the music. I say, what? What? What's that voice? What's that? Let's go back and enjoy the whole video now. We were only 30 seconds in the video. So let's go back, all the way back, and let's do it again. I was struck. I said, I can't believe I can't believe it. On the video, she's 17, I think. This song, I don't know about you, but of Dio, this is one of my favorite one. I love it since the 80s. And I've seen many cover bands singing that. Maybe 12, something like that. 10, 12. And I never heard a cover that would satisfy me in any way. I think Dio is so far ahead of everyone, and a lot of people are trying to be like Dio, but nobody can be like Dio. We had a singer like that in Quebec. He's very small man with big voice, very strong, very powerful, very focused, and but the emotion, the everything is there. The whole package is there. I think it's the very first time when I listen to that. The first time I say, "Wow, that's the first cover I hear." I can truly say, "Okay, now somebody can sing and play Dio quite well." But there was still a little doubt in my mind because I worked over 10 years in a studio, so I know how we can today, especially, we can make someone with no voice sing like it sounds beautiful, but the person has nothing at all. So when I heard that there was a live version of the same song, you want to hear it? The World's Best is an attempt they made of a reality show. I don't know if it will continue, but I know they had one season. The first episode was followed by a lot of people. It's above 20 millions, if I remember well. But it was the ratings were not that good afterwards, so I'm not sure it will come back. But anyways, it was by many aspects great show. There was 50 personalities of the communication and of the and they would react to everything that was presented to them, communication and entertainment. And so they were reacted partly as professionals, but also as individuals to the content. Here we have their, I would say, the little cameo, the little presentation of the band, and their presentation of the. They were already a little bit ahead in the. It was not the very. It's not their audition. It's already the second time the judges to see them and the public. So let's see their presentation and the reaction that the judges. No, we don't see the judges, but at least we have a few reactions. So let's see them live. How they are in 3, 2, 1.
Your voice is so big. I absolutely loved it. And you guys play great.
The further we go on the World's Best, we get to bring rock and roll back to the people, and that's kind of the Lilac dream. Cold as free, nothing.
performance. Well done, buddy. Well done, sir. Congratulations. Great performance. What did we think, guys?
Well, the family that rocks together stays together. And for those who are about to rock, we salute you.
So there it is. For me, I was, that was it. Since then, I follow Liliac. Since that video, I follow Liliac. Why? Why do I do that? First of all, I was able to appreciate their quality with a professional setting. They sound great, and it's tight. It was excellent. It's an excellent live. You don't realize, if you don't do music publicly, you don't realize how difficult it is just to sing on tone, just to be perfect on your voice because you're nervous, and to play your instruments when you are tight. And they were marvelous. They were extraordinary. And on this video, you probably noticed that Ethan plays the guitar. He was already playing the bass at the time, but probably they decided to make a fuller song. And I have to say that in metal especially, a rhythm guitar for me is essential. And I found that public presentation of Rainbow in the Dark, absolutely catchy. I love to see all the members of the band reacting naturally in front of course, of a public, but I loved it. And since we listened to two versions of Rainbow in the Dark, one is the video, one is I say, well, the other videos, I will have 3 videos. Why don't I complete this video with another Ronnie James Dio song? Holy Diver. So let's see the video. That probably it was the first video I saw from them after I saw their Rainbow in the Dark public presentation. So let's get the other video and we will see it in a minute. So there we are, ready for our third video, just to enjoy the song, a beautiful song, another one by Ronnie James Dio, as interpreted by Liliac. You will see that there are many changes in that video and that we will appreciate in the coming weeks. So let's watch it. 1. Are you ready?
Holy
Few things to say about the video is the fact that you notice the keyboard at the end, but here and there you have this keyboard coming slowly from the background because, of course, when he was very young, Justin, the keyboard was quite discreet. It was there always, but it was discreet. But now it's coming, it begins to emerge here and there, and it's I would say church organ style many times. This is what they call vamp metal. You probably noticed that the drummer is a hard, what we call a hard hitter. Her movements are big, they are not small. Did you notice as well that the sticks that she has are heavy sticks? They are not little small sticks, no, they are, but she really hits the drums quite hard. The drummers, the bassmen seem exactly like the last one. He has a little bit of attitude. You see him like very serious. And as for the guitarist, I don't know if you noticed, but there is we say an ethos in that band. Everybody has the occasion to shine in a way, and when he comes in the front. He do his solo and he goes back to his place where he is quite. I'm not sure if I can say that, but he strikes me as an humble man, even if he is a very accomplished guitarist and back vocalist. I think that he does what he has to do. And he does it very well. There is an element of showmanship in his way of playing, of course. We can see that. But he is not, I would say, he doesn't overdo it from my point of view anyways. As for Melody, with the fact that her hair are now, the color is black, of course it brings to the attention the blue eyes that is so characteristic of other videos that we will see in the future. We see her very expressive with her hands, especially with her body in general, to embody the song. I think it not playing bass frees her in a way. But I'd like to see her still once in a while, maybe one song over 3 or 4 to play bass, because I think she's fantastic as a bassman, spectacular, and she does a very good job as well. And frankly, not all songs need a very, very expressive singer. And some songs, they really do need a rhythmic guitar. I would like to see Ethan on the rhythm guitar in there as well. So anyways, that's just my personal taste on that. But I hope you appreciate that third episode of Introducing Liliac. Next week, we will do recent covers. Brace yourself, because we will have quite a ride next week. See you. Bye-bye.